No tripping equals no tricking. The Torah says don't put a stumbling block in a blind person's way. The simple explanation is that if you are helping a blind person walk down the street, don't purposely lead him into a solid wall. Oh!
Ouch! That hurts!
Actually, this mitzvah refers to everybody, whether they can see or not. The Torah is telling us don't trick someone by giving bad advice or wrong information. That person is like a blind person since he does not know that something ahead might trip him up. Here is a Shazak scenario. Mr. I'll never tell a lie, the used car salesman, might say something like, "Trust me, this car is so good, I'd sell it to my very own mother. And on top of that, I'm giving you an awesome deal." His smooth talk convinces an unsuspecting customer to buy the car. And the next day, the engine starts rattling, the bumpers start bumping, and the brakes start braking.
Why don't you look me up?
I can't believe it. It's a new car, and it now sounds like an old rundown wreck. I was swindled.
So, Mr. I'll never tell a lie actually put a stumbling block in the path of his blind customer by tricking him into thinking the car was a peach when it was really a lemon.
Yakety, yakety, yak. Did you hear the one about it? Let me tell you about... Oh, no, not that one. Yes, that one. Oh, yes, seriously.
A few weeks ago in Parsha-at-a-Glance, we learned about saras, leprosy, and lashon hara, gossip. This disease was a skin condition that caused a person to become tameh, impure. In this week's Parsha, Hashem tells us clearly, Lo selech rachil, do not go spreading lashon hara. Indeed, lashon hara causes a vicious cycle that can go something like this. Mrs. Y. Yentelovich tells a juicy bit of news to her best friend, swearing her to secrecy.
Don't you tell Sol.
And of course, before you know it, the best friend tells her neighbor.
Psst! Did you hear the news?
The neighbor spreads the juicy gossip to her husband.
Psst! Did you hear what I heard? Would you believe that? Psst, 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 psst.
And he tells the guy behind the counter at the supermarket.
Psst, guy behind the counter. Wait till you hear this news.
The supermarket guy tells his boss, who tells his niece.
You'll never believe this, but it's true.
The niece, whose name is not Denise, tells the mailman.
Mailman, have I got a good piece of news for you. It's all about...
And the mailman delivers the gossip to the man who lives in the red brick house on the corner.
Hey, Mr. Brickhouse, listen to this one. It's true. I heard it with my very own ears.
Before you know it, everyone is talking about some terrible thing that someone did, and whether it's true or not, it could ruin that person's life. And who knows if that little piece of gossip didn't grow and grow along the way, from a little innocent mistake to a huge, terrible sin, one of the worst ever.
Bottom line, be careful what you say and what you pass on. Words spread fast, and they could change from good to bad to worse to terrible quicker than you can say,
Pass me a pumpernickel rye bread sandwich with mustard on top. Pass me a pumpernickel rye bread sandwich with mustard on top.
A holy lifestyle. Wow! This week's Parsha is packed with so many mitzvos, and although this Shazak Parsha is quite long,
I think we broke a record.
We hardly covered all of them. Still, to sum up the Parsha in one word,
Holy!
Indeed, our Parsha begins with the statement,
Kedoshim. Kedoshim to you.
Be holy, ends with,
Kedoshim, v'yisam Kedoshim.
Also translated, be holy. And it's even named
Parshas Kedoshim.
But there is a lot more to being holy than just doing the mitzvos Hashem told us to do. One of the greatest Chumash commentators, Rabbi Moshe ben Nachman, known as the Ramban, surprises us when he talks about a person who is super careful to do all the mitzvos, but is far from holy.
The Ramban actually coined the famous term when he described such a person as a novel birshus haTorah, a disgusting person, with the permission of the Torah. Indeed, when we look into the Torah, we can't find anything wrong with what this disgusting person is doing, but it is definitely not in the spirit of the Torah. And no doubt about it, that's not how Hashem wants us to act.
Confused yet?
What type of unholy, disgusting person is the Ramban describing?
Well, it's time for a Shazak scenario.
Freddie Fresser, who is extremely careful with the kosher laws,
I only shop at Superglot, nowhere else,
just loves to eat meat and drink beer. One bright, sunny day, he joins a kosher hot dog eating contest, trying to beat the record of 12 hot dogs in 2 minutes.
I'm trying to beat the record of 42 hot dogs in 2 minutes. I mean 12 hot dogs in 2 minutes.
On your mark, get set, go! Freddie stuffs himself with hot dogs, full of ketchup and mustard, dripping down his chin and onto his clothes.
Ugh.
One hot dog after another, and another. And to top it off, he guzzles down a gallon of beer. Is the food and drink Freddie eats kosher?
Yes. You better believe it.
Is he living a holy lifestyle?
No way.
Freddie needs to learn that a holy person, a member of Am Yisrael, should act in a way that is refined and special, beyond the strict interpretation of the mitzvos. This is reflected in the way a Jew talks, walks, dresses, and eats. It's important, concludes the Ramban, to know what Kedoshim is all about.
Kadesh atzmecha b'muter lach.
Make yourself holy, even with things that are permitted.
If you like this Taste of Shazak Parsha video, you'll love the complete video at Shazak.com. You'll also get amazing Parsha quizzers, puzzles, Parsha on a page, and the Parsha post. Use coupon code Shazak for a great discount.